Sloop drink. Rumble cast.
Wow, welcome everyone. We're here, we're three, get used to it. Welcome to the Gaming Up North Ramblecast for June 2024. We're here to talk about all the news that we care about, or more accurately, that I saw online and wrote down in a Google Doc. I am joined as always by my lugubrious co-host, Mr. Adam Ashbridge, and also my other co-host who doesn't have a nickname yet, but I'm sure we'll find something one day. Sliding Sloop. Hi guys, how yous all doing?
Happy Wednesday.
Yes,
That's all I can say.
Extremely tired.
Extremely tired Wednesday.
Weary.
That's
Weary, I think.
Weary Wednesday.
Weary Wednesday.
Oh, we can't start the cast like that every week. Like, happy Weary Wednesday, everybody.
Well, it's weary today, but we'll get through it. It's fine.
Yeah, we've got dongs to talk about, so yeah.
Yeah, we do have. We got dongs. Yep, I got a whole list of funny things to read out. Right. I wanted to start with ye oldie, what you been playing, because I actually have been playing video games this week. But I'm quite happy to put the floor over to you guys first, if either of you've got anything cool you want to talk about.
I've been playing the Talos Principle for the first time.
Ooh, I've seen footage of that before, and I've checked out you playing it. It looks very, very heady, like a thinking game.
I mean, I'm doing stuff on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm moving lasers about.
Oh yeah.
And I'm making things blow up. And I'm collecting Tetris bits.
Yep.
And I'm a robot. And that's all I know. I'm meant to be reading all this shit, but I don't actually know what any of it means.
Oh, okay. So it's good because not like it's a little bit like Portal, isn't it? Like it's set up like Portal.
Yeah, it's definitely inspired a bit Portal-y and a bit like The Witness, a little bit like it's environmental, and you're on like weird bits of an island and you go whoop, 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 whatever. But yeah, it's good, and because I love puzzles and shit, but I don't actually know what the story is. But
no, because I would have thought it was like all like voice acty, like listening to audio logs and stuff. Because
it is a little bit, but I've just skipped them all because I just.
Yeah, and you're on
puzzles.
You're on stream as well, so sometimes when like audio logs are playing, you're kind of just sitting there politely, aren't you?
And you've got people honking, or you've got people doing TTS by going la 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 la, or upside down exclamation mark for like fucking 10 minutes. So you can't listen to the audio logs anyway. So I'm just doing the puzzles and then having a lovely time doing it. And the only other thing I've played is I've reinstalled Crash Bandicoot. Because I wanted to see how difficult it was.
The OG or the Insane Trilogy?
The Insane Trilogy was just on my PS5.
Did you actually know that's technically harder than the old game?
Is that why it feels harder?
Yeah. They messed up some of the platforms so they're actually smaller than they're supposed to be.
I was going to say some of them feel like some of the hitboxes don't feel quite right on some of them. The bunch of pricks, that'll be what it is then.
It might be just because they had to make it 3D and they had to like stuff didn't make sense as much as it used to, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people.
You don't have to make it 3D. Just make it, just remaster the old version, but make it the fucking same.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I was like playing this, going, how the hell did I do this at the age of 9?
Damn
and I can't even get over this fucking bridge.
Ripperoo. I hated Ripperoo. To this day, I hate Ripperoo.
Yeah. Ripperoo's a turd.
I think it was
but
just
it's a lovely game.
Yeah, it does look cool because
it does.
We were checking out the Spyro Reignited thing.
Yes,
the other night
as well. Yeah.
It is cool, but I feel like the camera's way zoomed in, like on the back of Spyro. It was kind of making us a bit motion sick at points. But I was on the Switch, so I don't know if it's smoother like on the PC or the Xbox or something.
Maybe.
So maybe I was just getting sick because it was like bad frame rate and too fast.
That damn dragon. He's just too nibby. He's a youth, that's why.
He is.
Still young.
His flying controls are pretty good though, because like I was never a Spyro kid, but I had to go at one of the fly through the things levels, and I was like, yes, I did it first try.
See, I had the exact opposite problem.
Yeah,
I found that was too responsive compared to what I was used to back in the day. Because PS1 controllers, you had to really rive the D-pad to get the forward motion, whereas now you caress it and it goes woo, and like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
so I had to faff for that a little bit.
I didn't think about that because it would have been D-pad controls. I mean, for Crash it made sense because you were pretty much just on a grid.
Yeah, it's like you're on a linear journey basically through the level, where Spyro you've got a bit more kind of.
But anyway, let's not talk too much about those guys because I feel like that's our next episode.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, it's all right. But yeah, sorry. So you've indicated Crash. The version is more harder than what you remember, so maybe you need to try the classics one.
I don't feel so shit now. Thank you very much.
Get yourself an emulator set up and play it for free. But yeah, how about you, Adam? You've been digging into anything?
No, I've played some more Helldivers 2 last weekend with my brother-in-law.
How is it? Because I've heard some people complaining about the balance patches that have been sort of going in every week and stuff.
So much better. They're so much better. Like your weapons do more damage. Like you've got something called where you've seen the stream we do where I've got the guard dog rover where it's like a laser cannon that follows you about. Like that does more damage to bigger enemies now. So
cool.
I was thinking like, how did I kill that massive thing? But it was because the guard dog had actually done its job and like continued to like spray a laser beam at it. But no, it's I don't know what people are complaining about. Maybe people like stuff being hard, but I don't.
I think also people like things to be exactly the same.
Yeah, I play games for fun, not for like to get annoyed at it. Which doesn't explain why I play FIFA religiously or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Because they make you mad.
If I get beat by like bullshittery, then I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I used to be worse. Like, there's no slamming controllers down now. It's like, I'll just put it down.
The fire's left us on that. It's just like, oh.
I haven't got the energy to be that annoyed anymore. I mean, there'll be the odd time when I like bash my desk like that.
Yeah.
But probably it's that hard. But but no,
like, it's more like an oh darn, like a sitcom dad.
Yeah. But then that's the thing, because there's so much games you can play now because of the Game Pass and stuff. Like I'll just go, I'll just stick Forza 5 on, or whatever. Or like
Frog Detective 2.
I like Frog Detective. Okay. I checked that out.
That's the thing. Like back in the day, like you probably only had like a few games in your collection at a time.
Yes.
Because like now it's like, I can play like 500 games or something. But what I have been playing as well is Arcade Paradise.
Oh yes, you'd mentioned this just briefly on the stream. That sounds cool. It's like the management
really
sim.
Addictive. Yeah,
really addictive. What you said.
Yes, but you've got to like do all the laundry, pick up all the rubbish and stuff in the laundromat. But then the back room is like a little mini arcade that his dad had installed, so you can buy new machines for it. But what is weird, and I don't know whether it's me because I've got a bit of psychosis going on at the minute, like you walk in and then there's people standing about in the arcade and stuff, and when you get close to them they just disappear. So I'm like, is that only happening in my brain, or is that part of the game? So I don't know.
Are they supposed to be ghosts, or is it just a limitation of the game?
I do like all these games that are like jobs.
Yeah.
We'll play games to escape our real lives. of jobs. We're now going into games to do other jobs. It's quite nice. It's
when
quite...
people play that GTA role play thing, have you seen people doing that on like Twitch and stuff? And it's like, I'm going to be a policeman today.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like it's gas station simulator and supermarket simulator. It's like I'm just running a shop. Like, what job do you do in real life? Oh, work in a shop. Well, what are you doing? Why are you coming home from working in a shop to then stack shelves in another shop?
The corporate bullshit is oozed into everyone's brains, and they don't think they can do anything else.
I mean, it might be that it's an idyllic sort of version of a shop or a farm. Like if you go and work,
could have had.
If you go and if you go and muck about in the allotments, you don't get to just put all of your shit in a box and then have money show up the next day. Like, it cuts out the busy work. But you're right though. It's maybe strange. It is tricking us into like not pursuing our dreams of owning a laundromat arcade.
I want to pursue my dream of becoming an untitled goose that goes around and honks at people and steals bras.
Yeah.
And various items from people's shops. That's why I played Untitled Goose Game.
Also, I just need
vicariously through that.
I just need to address in the chat. Everyone keeps saying you guys are fading out. It's because I'm clicking on stuff. All right. I know it's
trying
happening.
to hide the nudes. That's why.
I know it's these guys are flashing. I've got to catch them. It's a full-time job. OBS and Discord don't always like to work together.
Can I just ask, what is the TOS situation with the nipples on YouTube?
No idea. I would assume it's the same, but then again,
not that I'm going to do anything. I'm just curious.
No, yeah, but I think like because you can't really, you can set it's not for kids, but that doesn't mean or gratuitous nudity, and you can set things like you talked about sex or profanity, which then just means you can't be advertised on. So it's like, I think they're the same. They would shut it down, but they also don't like you talking about it. It's really weird. It's very American, and it's kind of like
very normal
stuck-upness. So yeah, if the guys disappear for a sec, it's because I'm messing around with Windows and stuff on my computer. Just calm down. I'll tell you what I've been playing this week though: the Elden Ring DLC, the Shadow of the Erd Tree. Which has been crazy because I, up to like 5 days before the DLC came out, I was like, I can't even access the DLC, so I'm gonna have to do some hardcore exploring, boss battling before I'm even allowed to play the DLC that I ended up buying like the day before it came out. So yeah, I was like proper training up, like montage style, being like, you know, General Radahn the Star Scourge, done. Moog the Lord of Blood, done. Can't remember who else I beat, who was a giant. Oh yeah, the treacherous Praetor Rykard, dead. The Snake Man. So yeah, I was like proper training up, and then I got in the DLC, and it hasn't kicked my butt yet. Which is very cool.
As we found out on the stream last week, it was pretty.
I did all right.
Yeah, it was good going because we're like 2 hours of you just kicking ass.
Nice.
Because like that's the thing.
I've heard the boss is quite hard though. Like the end boss of the DLC is meant to be ridiculous.
I'm nowhere near that yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
I kind of just got through the first area's boss selection. Okay. There's giant wicker men walking around everywhere that want to kill you though, like Nicolas Cage style, but they're full of fire, not bees.
Okay.
That distinction needs to be made. It's classic wicker men that have fire instead of bees. They should have hid one in there like towards the end that's bees though, like just to put you off. But no, yeah, it's been awesome. Like I've switched my weapon, and then I've been like going back into the base game with like a DLC weapon, and I'm like, haha, you guys aren't ready for this. Got like a demon black sword that shoots a beam, and then I can like dash ahead afterwards as a follow-up, and I'm just like, you guys weren't ready for me to be moving like this. Old game, guys. But yeah, like I've been loving it. Haven't been able to play as much as I'd like. but it's really cool and moody, and I'm happy.
I wish I was good at Elden Ring. I really do.
You've played a bit
I'm
of it,
not.
haven't you? Or have you tried it on and off?
I've tried it about 3 or 4 times, and it's just, I think I mentioned this the last time I was on. It's that getting dropped in a world with no quests. You just hop around, find goblins and ghouls and dungeons and kill them, and that's great. Lovely, lovely. But I need guidance. I need to be led by my nose. Put out a dog food can and I'll go and sniff for it.
I was saying this like to Adam when we were on the stream. I was like, yes, your character technically has a vague backstory, but you're kind of just like a destroyer of worlds. Like you don't have many ways to interact with people that doesn't lead to their death. Even doing quests for people, which yes, I've had to Google many how to progress this quest because it's very vague, and I don't think that changes in the DLC. From what I've heard, like the quests are no better, no quest log, no journal.
Great.
But yeah, it's like even if you do quests for people, they usually end up dying, and it's just like everyone dies in this game.
I mean, Jake, I don't mean to break this to you, but everybody dies in the end generally.
Yeah, I can just imagine the Tarnished at the end being like, I don't want to be around anymore. I've killed gods, I've killed demigods, beasts,
bee lads.
Yeah, maybe. There could be anything in that game, as far as I'm aware. Lots of dragons. I'm excited to get up to this dragon fight because apparently there's this like crazy NPC summon that you get in with you who constantly shouts at the dragon throughout the fight, just being like, I've come for revenge and stuff like that. And people have found the guy, and it's just some like guy who's been in like BBC sort of like cop dramas his entire career and stuff. So I hope he gets loads of new fans with people being like, can you shout the dragon line for us? He needs to set up a cameo where he's like
he made shitloads off that.
He really would.
Shitloads off it. What was that really, really famous one from years? It was a Leroy Jenkins. Man, how much that person made from that. He probably still does that on Cameo, I bet.
Did you know that was a setup as well?
I remember reading about that. I was really upset.
To anyone.
Yeah, it was.
It seemed real though. And that was like a simpler time of the internet where you weren't constantly looking for like, okay, how is this trying to scam me? Whenever.
Yeah. Is there a crypto coin behind this?
What's the Huck to a girl's ulterior motive?
Oh yeah.
Turns out she doesn't have one.
I saw something about that Huck to a girl, and someone had posted like the original Huck to, and it was a video of the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Going Russia and then in America, Hunter.
He really was.
Yeah, he was the OG.
Oh, he broke our backs and made us humble.
I loved his Twitter account. It was just a railing like against how much he hated.
It was the ramblings of a madman, I think. But
it really was.
Just always stoned off his box, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think so. But like you're right though, it was mostly directed towards Hulk Hogan, which is fair, and that's fair and valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't like your crazy your crazy gun-toting racist wrestler or anything.
No.
He was actually like fairly eloquent in his like crazy insults and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was usually on the right side of the fights. He would always pick on the worst guys. Oh man, I forgot about that Twitter account.
You're the one who showed me, Jake.
Yeah, it was like I'm sure it was like Cheeky Baby as well. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, he keeps calling people jabronis all the time.
Great. Did you hear Hulk Hogan deleted all of his tweets because he got hacked?
Oh, because he'd been hacked. That's such a shame because there was some really weird shit on there.
So we lost all you jabroni marks have worked yourself into a shoot, brother. Dash HH, isn't it?
Oh god.
Okay, let's see if I can get the news up without deleting everyone. Hey, look, I can still see his.
Well done.
That's good. So yeah, on the topic of Elden Ring, let's get into it. Elden Ring got review bombed on Steam because everyone said the DLC was too hard.
Oh god.
The DLC for the
Serious?
hard game caused everyone
too
to
hard.
I don't even know why they were saying it was too hard though. I think it's because people were trying to speed run like
Mhm.
into it.
Yeah.
Where there's like a new
Just play
level up.
games normally.
There's like a
Just play them
new
normal.
definitely. There's a new level up mechanic where you're supposed to collect items because they don't want you to like over level in the DLC.
Mm.
So you collect items that only power you up in the DLC. So I suppose if you skipped those, maybe it would be unplayable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm not being funny though. But like, there are just some games that are hard. Like I've had games where I've played them in the past, and I couldn't finish them because they were too fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, right, that's my skill level reached. But I enjoyed the game. It doesn't mean that I'm like a useless human or I'm a failure because I couldn't finish it. I think people assume that they buy a game and they must finish the game and they've got to do the game and it's just going to be a breeze. It's like, no, the whole point in a game is that it tests you. Otherwise, what's the point in playing it? Like, I think it was Black. Like, I loved Black.
Oh,
Great game. But it was really hard because it was such a long time between saves.
Yeah.
That there was points where I just could not. And Bloodborne took me 2 years to finish Bloodborne. I gave up about 4 times.
I didn't finish Bloodborne. I can't remember where I got to.
Hard?
But it like I think it's that one's because you've got to like refill your health items constantly.
Yeah.
And I just got tired of the grind.
Yeah.
But yeah, like and yeah, Elden Ring, like FromSoft DLC is always hard because I remember walking into the old Hunters DLC on Bloodborne, and then there was guys with like chain whip swords everywhere. Like that was the normal enemy. Was like a guy like your player character who had like all of the moves you had, but was like leveled up to like 200. And I'm like, oh okay. So this DLC is for like people who've put the hours in. But yeah, like gamers need to make their mind up. Like, do they want the hardest games ever that they can brag about beating? Like that's what everyone likes about FromSoft games.
Yeah.
But as soon as some DLC comes out, everyone's suddenly review bombing for no other reason because it's not bad. Like the bosses are hard, but they've put a new landmass in there. It's got like plenty of new like weapons and items. Like it's not like an empty boss rush or anything. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, like when I watched you playing it, it seemed like another whole new game.
Yeah.
Like because of the locations and the areas you went, there was new dungeons to explore. There was underground.
And that was only
bits,
that was only like the first map fragment, and it looks like there's about sort of 6 extra bits you can unlock and stuff. And
yeah, because that bit was massive that you went on.
Yeah, and like Elden Ring always hides stuff underneath because there's like spoilers for the main game, but there's an entire underground like underneath the main game, and they hid that for a while. But yeah, like I would hazard to say, because it's kind of weird to say this kind of thing, it's an objectively good game. Like you might not like it, or you might think bits are too hard, but like a lot of like love and care went into this, and like review bombing it is just very strange. I think it's just people. I think people just got bored and wanted something to lash out at for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed game isn't out yet, so we'll have to shout at something else.
Yeah. It's like flavor of the week thing. Like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Overwatch 2 has already been review bombed because we can't go back to that one now.
Yeah.
And review bomb it again.
Also, I think it was like also some of the big horrible, like the gross guy streamers were like, this is too hard for me. So it was probably their fans who were probably like 14 years old doing all the
and haven't played the game.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Steam makes you buy it, does it, to review it?
I don't think so. No, it'll ask you how many hours you've played, or no, it'll tag it on how many hours you've played. I think, but
yes,
I don't think I've ever review bombed a game. I don't understand the point. If you don't like the game, then return the game, or it's you bought it now. That's you learn that lesson. Like review bombing it as a user, that's just you're just yelling into the void essentially.
No.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? I just find it a bit of an odd, unless it's against something that's, you know, morally got some, you know, it's been
Yes.
reported that people have been crunched, and you know, it's a company that's endorsing things that are abhorrent. Then that's fair enough, right? But as a moral stand, but sort of downvoting the game because it's a bit beyond your skill level is a little bit disingenuous. How about you just play a different game, or just play the bits that you can do and enjoy that?
Yeah, hopefully they can get the money back. Because if you feel that strongly to give it like a 1 star, then hopefully, it's not about hopefully like the wasting the money part isn't the only thing. But gamers be weird.
How much is the DLC?
Oh, it was a
$34.99.
It was a full price 34 thingy, big one, a big boy.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
But like you say, like most places have refunds now, so hopefully that can sort you out. But yeah, that's no reason to give a fake angry review, because then those reviews aren't useful to people who actually want to use them, because they'll be like, why is this game rated 2-star, but it has like 9 out of 10 reviews?
Yeah. Doesn't make much sense to me.
But yeah, since Elden Ring DLC came out, though, the creator's been sort of on the like the interview rounds a little bit, so we've had like a little bit of an insight to stuff. I think George R. Martin's been getting a little interview as well, because he did like some like lore building for them.
He needs to stop doing that and finish the book that he keeps promising everybody. I'm not a massive Game of Thrones. I've read a couple of them and they're alright.
Yeah.
But he's been promising that. Was it Winter for how many years now?
Yeah.
And he's off titting around doing lore for games.
Going to baseball games.
I love that. How our procrastination is like, oh, I'm doing the dishes later, I'm going to play video games. Whereas his is like AAA everything.
Yeah. I'm doing some lore on this AAA game.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just consult on a TV show before I'm finished. That's going to overtake my books.
Do it.
I think he's got writer's block, mate. And I think he should just say if he has.
Yeah.
And just go, Soz, like, I can't.
He should just.
Can't do it, bro.
He should just hand it over to someone. You know, like, he should just hand over his, like, scribblings in his notebook and just be like, can you finish it? Like, please.
Yeah.
I want to just sit around and enjoy my riches. We do actually have a Game of Thrones podcast on the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, if you like the dragons, the houses with dragons in them,
movies,
if you like all the feet,
incest,
all the foot fetish stuff in House of Dragon, then we got guys talking about it, okay? So yeah, let me get his name. Hidetaka Miyazaki. He's a different Miyazaki than the one who does like Spirited Away and stuff. Yeah. He was doing some interview rounds, and he says that he sucks at his games and uses every trick available to complete it. Because that's another thing people are funny about is like, are you allowed to summon co-op partners? Are you allowed to summon like, you know, the spirit guys to help you fight? The creator says yes, use any trick in the book, any dirty trick to get the job done.
Even the trick's not in the book.
Yeah.
But that's fun that he's like terrible at his own games.
I respect that. I respect the fact he's honest about that as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm shit, mate. Right, you're going to do it instead. I don't, because he's not making the game for him. He's making it for people
and
to enjoy it.
As far as I'm aware, he's also like one of the artists as well who designs like the creatures and stuff. Dead interesting guy. I think he got into like fantasy stuff by picking up D&D books, but he couldn't speak English, so he kind of just had to like make up his own like versions of what all these like creatures and locations were doing and stuff. So I think that might be why his design philosophy for like his games is like there's not much story, it's just a lot of interconnected weirdness. But he's definitely carved out his own thing.
Well, he must have a crazy mind if he designed some of them creatures. I just love
that there's people like that in the world, like, you know, David Lynch and stuff, where on paper they sound like really nice guys, and then they've just got all of this horror like demons inside of their heads.
That's usually what you find though, is like the really nice, quiet, sort of jolly people are like really fucked up. They've got like lots of fucked up shit that they like write about, or that the
That's
sort
why,
of
right?
drove pictures of and all that.
Sonic
sort of
demons show up on stream when
'Cause-
they're about.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If you like that, the demons have to be somewhere.
True. They just get rid of it in a healthy way.
I
In-
filter
in-
them into OBS.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I
One
put
thing,
mine into my music, like I suppose.
one thing I would like to see them bring back in modern gaming that they don't do anymore is putting cheats in at the menus.
Oh yeah, do you cheat and then you get a
Um,
weird noise?
Yeah, because I used to do it on Tony Hawk's when I found the cheats
Aye.
for like a manual, so you would never fail the manual.
Yes, or the,
Oh,
in the
man.
grinds
I'll
as well.
rinse that cheat, and I don't give a shit. I'm happy to say it.
I used to make like the create your own skate parks, and then I would
Yeah.
make like a really small like bowl, and I would have like the infinite like grind balance, and just be like, and just see if I would like break the game if you just went round like too fast too many times.
See, you can't do that anymore, and that makes sense. I can't do that in Elden Ring. That's why Tony Hawk's is
No.
better.
You can download cheat. You can
No.
download Cheat Engine, but I think that just
Yeah.
tweaks the values on stuff.
Mm.
You can't get like moon jump. You got to wait for
Nah, there needs
modders.
to be like an Elden Ring. There needs to be sort of maybe's a cheat where you get it's like 6 swords in one hand,
Yeah,
just doing this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would be cool.
and massive boobies.
I mean, if you want big chatties when you're trying to,
You can't-
would you? If
You
it
can't have a
if one of
mod
the-
list without that.
That's true. There'll be some sort of anime uwu titty
Yeah.
mod somewhere out there.
Ooh, woo, titty mod.
You know what I mean?
That's-
Hatterful boyfriend add-on or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh god.
That'd be great if pigeons just kept bothering you while you were trying to like
Cooing.
fight the bosses.
Away, man. Away.
And they're like, "Hello, how are you today?" Like pops up on the screen in front of stuff. Like, stop it.
Oh, that'd be so
pigeon
funny.
bastard.
And he also said, which was a nice quote from him, the Elden Ring guy, as long as this company is my responsibility, layoffs are not something that I would let happen. Which is that's cool, and that's against the grain for video game
Yes.
CEOs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of higher ups in many game companies that could do
Yeah.
well listening to that and
Yeah.
take a fucking pay cut. Maybe that would help.
Yeah.
Aye, stop getting your bonus that you haven't earned.
Yeah. Get rid of
Your
devs.
six-
I'm
your
the
six and your 6 holidays a year. you
I'm the king
fucking
of video games. I should get $8 billion.
bastard.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
So speaking of video game guys, the Summer Games Fest happened as well, which is kind of like our E3 replacement, but it's with
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley, who used to work for Game Trailers, if people remember that website,
God.
where we used to watch our angry video game nerds and
Yep.
Screw Attack videos and like
Yeah.
review things. But yeah, so Jeff Keighley like started out as a kind of weird content producer, but he was like, even as a child, he was like working on productions of like award shows and stuff like that. So he's like one of those like weird nepo babies, like. And now he's the
Born
king
into
of
the industry.
yeah. Now he's the king of Summer Games Fest. So yeah, there was like a bunch of trailers and stuff come out. Did anything like catch your guys' eyes that you've seen? Because we got like a lot of new games announced this
No,
month.
I'm really particular about which games I like and nothing really.
Oh yeah,
Like,
not even
caught me
excited
eye.
about
Probably-
Dragon Age, the Veil
No.
God.
Not really.
You're gonna
Actually,
break.
I think
You're
they
gonna
should.
break Sarah Peach's heart. She's in the chat.
Well, I mean, I'd stopped. I mean, I think I played. What was the one that you told us to play? Dragon Age
Uh,
Inquisition.
Well, yeah, 2 I think was where me and you started.
Yeah,
Inquisition was 3 technically.
Yeah. So yeah, I played. I didn't even finish that though. I mean, it was all right. It's just not my type of game. I can understand why people like it.
Yeah.
But it's not my type of game. I prefer Skyrim, if I'm going
Okay.
to be honest.
How about you, Sleep? Do you
So-
mess with the Dragon Age or the the Mass
I-
Effects and stuff?
Did play Dragon Age and I played Inquisition and I got soft locked
Oh
because
no!
a quest wouldn't start and it fucked me off so much I actually took the game back.
Yeah, no,
and I
that's
haven't
fair.
played. I haven't played a Dragon Age game since.
No,
I
no.
did like to. I did
Yeah.
like to.
That's fair though, because
Um,
like that's like a 60-hour game, so like you don't want to be replaying any of that because you
no.
say it
And
got messed
I
up.
was not just 2 hours in. I was like a good 15 hours, I think.
Yeah.
But I bought it day one,
Yeah.
which was a mugged game these days anyway.
Ah.
And it was before that bug was found and that they patched it out.
Right.
So I was one of the mugs that got stuck behind it, and I know there was a lot of bugs with Inquisition when it first came
Yeah.
out. A lot of issues with the game. I watched the trailer for the new one. I'm ambivalent. It
Yeah.
looked gorgeous. It looked beautiful, and they've obviously put a lot of time into it. And the sets,
Yeah.
the scenery and everything are great. It felt very, very action heavy.
Yeah, it actually seems like they've gone back to like 2 style combat,
Yeah.
which I think I
Fine
feel
by
like
me.
I feel like the fan base is gonna hate, but I really liked
I
it.
didn't mind it, but I didn't mind it. But I'm just wondering what the balance of the game's going to be like in comparison in terms of that. Is it going to be really full-blooded action stuff, or is it going to be
Yeah,
that pace that it usually has, where there's a bit more
because I like the talking.
glacial?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like chatting to the weirdos.
Yeah.
Being like, what does magic mean to you, elf person?
Blah 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 blah.
I
You
might
have 6
like-
other options you can now hit.
I might like to date you one day. But yeah, like it's interesting. Art style's changed. It's very like it sort of looks a bit like Marvel movie. Let's face it. But like the characters have got more personality, whereas before they were kind of like stock body types. Usually,
Yeah, they were very Bethesda, as in like hello, like the camera would just turn.
yeah. So they've made everyone a lot more like animated in that way. But yeah, you're getting, from what I can tell, you're getting like a ragtag group together again. All new sort of people apart from Varric, the sexy old dwarf who hangs around with you. I do like him. He's all old and grizzled now. But yeah, it looks interesting. It was going to be a live service game at some point, but it looks like they've dropped all that.
Good.
I think that's why it took
Fucking
us so
good.
long to get a friggin' trailer out.
Yeah,
Probably,
you're probably right, because they'll probably build it as a live service. I had to strip it all out and
They did,
kind of rebuild it again.
because everyone was like, no.
I might. I wouldn't play it as if when it first comes out.
Yeah.
I got burned with Inquisition, so I'll probably wait until it drops in price, or there's a bit more information, reviews, and
That'll
a bit
be,
more kind of analysis of it.
It'll be a really good get for £20 and sit on like
Yes.
a Sunday afternoon and mess
Yeah.
about with. I think,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
If you give us a minute, guys, I just need to go and get my glasses because I'm extremely blind right now.
My
eyes are
glasses.
No, I know. I was thinking I was going to get them before I came on. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And then my eyes are just totally going out of focus. Like
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
bother
talk
me.
about is when I'm gone. Like I'll know about it. I'm a king now, you know.
Oh
We'll
yes.
talk about when the style of the Iron Sheik.
Fucking bullshit.
Jabroni. But yeah, I think Dragon Age. It'll not be bad. I don't think.
No,
just
that's
hope.
that actually made me feel better when I saw it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I see action. He's using skills. It's got like similar icons. This all makes sense to me. And then I was like, I saw like the action looked really. Like the cutscenes looked really sort of good, and like there was lots of like magical explosions and bits everywhere.
Was it a lot of cinematic, or was it a lot of it actually in game? Because I get pissed off of cinematic trailers, like our full cinematic ones.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want them. I don't want them ones.
They've done both. So like
want-
they did
Right.
they did like a 20-minute long gameplay thing you can
okay.
watch. And yeah, like it does look like Inquisition, but it's probably, I'm guessing it's not going to be a whole like look at the map sort of thing, like in big open worlds. It's probably going to be more like Diablo or something. That's what it kind of looked like to me.
And I'd be all right with that. Open worlds, again, I like open worlds, but I need some focus on them. So
Yeah.
I
Or
wouldn't mind that.
Or you need the option where it's like,
Yes.
yeah, there's a big thing over there I could explore, but I could also just keep on like the mission path if I feel like it.
Yeah. And the only other thing I worry about with whenever I hear open world now, my worry is that it's an Ubisoft open world where it's massive, but it's stuffed with lots of inconsequential shit.
Yeah.
That means nothing in the long run. It's just, these patches we're going to have, you pick up a chest here, or you pick up a leaf or some fucking shit. Or you pick up a tail of a wren that fell out of a bird's arse or something. And you collect 10 of them and you can go and get a shit sword that does nothing compared to what you've already got on you.
First time you get one, you have to hear like a character explain the bird feather. Even The Witcher 3 had that problem where it had all these question marks. It was like, this question mark is 3 ghouls and a treasure box, and I'm like, okay, so there was no story here. Like I could have stumbled across this. It didn't have to be a question mark. Like I probably would have.
I really was hoping you would go for 3 ghouls in a trench coat there when you went for that statement.
That would be good. They could do that in The Witcher as well, because they had like the silly little missions where you'd go to a small town. Everyone's like, the thing's freaking me out, man.
Yeah, it's like a witch goblin in the corner going.
He's trying to ride the fairground rides. He's 3 guys in a coat. We can see it.
That's what I am.
Oh yeah, there's no proof against it. There's no video proof against it, so
true.
Yeah,
it's
add
true.
that to the wiki, Chris.
There was one game. Sorry, there was one game that intrigued us, and I think was it called Tears of Metal?
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
It was like a roguelike sort of hack and slashy type thing, and it like really cool art style. I think that was the one. I don't think it had a massive reveal, but I think it was mentioned.
Oh, was it the one that was like in Louisiana, or was that a different one?
No, it's a bit like I'll try and find it. Hold on.
Because there was this really interesting one where it was like in the bayou, and it was like all like stop motion-y looking.
Okay.
We're doing a
there
bad.
we go. So Tears of Metal, well, it says here, it looks like a cross of Braveheart with heavy metal. So basically,
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, so you play a bunch of angry Scottish warriors that butcher their way through various places. That to me was the standout. That's the one that I was like, I want to play that.
Okay, yeah. I saw a pretty fun standout, which I've written down here. There was a game where you play as a bean, and it's called Killer Bean. And he's like an action movie bean who does like Matrix shit and rides motorbikes.
Yeah,
it looked clunky, but it looked mint.
We need to somehow get a code for that, Jake. Like,
I'm gonna send it to you if we go.
Yep, I need to play Killer Bean.
I think you would like it though, because it's like an action movie parody sort of thing. So yeah. I think we'd have fun. And in that same vein, I saw there was an egg game that got announced called Egging On, where you play as an egg and you roll around a room.
That looks like my kind of shit.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I played that fish game. You know,
yes. I almost said Help, I'm a Fish there. That's a movie.
I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called some Fish Game.
Yeah,
I've got it on Steam. I've still got it.
Like flopped about the street and stuff.
Well, yeah, isn't there like games on Steam where it's like banana and like banana cucumber or something
and
like that?
And the toast one, I Am Bread. Yeah.
I'm toast, I'm bread. Yeah, sorry, I've heard of that one. But I'm going to be well at that egg thing.
Egg's just funny.
I like stupid stuff like that.
It's just funny. Egging On's a good name for it as well.
Yeah. And it looks perfectly infuriating, but not infuriating that.
Yeah.
It's going to be impossible. It's like one of them games where you make incremental progress and just enough to keep you playing it. Just it'll fuck you off, but you just I love that shit.
And I get this egg to go around this room.
Yeah.
And like
I must do this.
The absurdity sort of keeps you going because you're like, I can't let this egg beat me.
Yeah. I'm not going to be one-upped by a poultry.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You go in the kitchen and start smashing all the eggs, you bastard.
Maybe we'll try and take a look at that one day as well.
That'd be great.
So this next thing I wrote down was just a funny sort of like video clip I saw. But there's this game on like a PC game called Crypt Master, which was kind of like a roguelike card battler type of thing. If you're terrible at the start of the game, a guy comes up and tells you how to refund the game on Steam, like step by step. And it was like this demon guy, and he's just like, "You're not very good at this, are you?" Like, if you, and then he tells you exactly how to get a Steam refund and stuff like that.
That's mint.
I thought that was great.
I like that.
That's what I love about games, because you can't do that like in a movie. Like, you can't be like have a thing set up at the cinema where it's like, "You're not enjoying this, are you? You're frowning." Here's how to get
Can you imagine an EA game putting that in though? They wouldn't put that in. They'd put,
God.
"You're not very good at this. Would you like to buy this magical pack that will give you some sort of secret guy, one in 75,000 chance of doing so?"
Yeah.
Sort of
Yes,
thing.
please.
Codemasters used to literally sell cheats like on the as
At least
DLC.
that's honest.
Yeah.
At least that's honest though. Here's a cheat. Do you want to buy it? Great.
Yeah.
Instead of surprise mechanics, isn't it? What he calls them.
Surprise mechanics.
Yeah, instead of putting one of them in front of you and going, "Oh, you
That's
could
so
get a
dirty.
pay to win boost or some shit."
Okay, this next thing is something we all know a bit about. Okay, Call of Duty. Are we on Black Ops 6 now?
Yes, it's
Okay.
coming up in November. Yeah.
They revealed how much hard drive space you were going to have to carve out to be ready for this one. And it's apparently 309.65 gigabytes.
I'd have to wipe my PS5 to fit that up.
It's a good job I've got a 3 terabyte hard drive on my PC, isn't it?
It is good.
Wow.
And you'll get Call of Duty for free, won't you? It's the first Game Pass Call of Duty this year.
Yes. Aye.
Ooh, it's going to cause ructions.
Is it going to be good though?
Options. Well, I'm not a Call of Duty fanboy as such, but I've played every one of them that's ever been released. So like I will play it, and I don't care if it's good or not. It makes me feel it does something in here. It like scratches an itch when
It
I
does
do a
have a
headshot
good-
from like 100 meters away. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
It does have a good endorphins loop when you're like leveling up. And then it plays that guitar. It's like, dun, 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 dun. Yes, level 3.
yes.
Because we played a couple of modern Call of Duties, and this was a totally new concept to me when I checked one of them out. You can download parts of the game, so like the multiplayer's probably a small fraction of this 309. So
Yeah.
if you only want to mess about on the multiplayer, you can probably get away with like a 50 gig or something. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
It might have been only
yeah,
20 the last time I saw one.
Because the last time me and you played one together was Cold War,
Yes.
because we shared it.
And I feel like that
Well,
was about
we did it.
19 gigs for the multiplayer, and the rest was all
Yeah.
like single player and zombie shit that I didn't want to touch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the extra stuff that add on that takes all the space up. I mean, I
But
think
why are
Warzone
they so
itself
bad at
like 40
compression?
GB or something.
Like,
I
like
don't know.
the Elden Ring DLC was like about 18 gigs.
Really.
And like
And it looks fantastic as well. Like how
I don't understand how people. I ain't no game developer. Maybe I could ask a question, because we do have one friend who's in game dev. And I might send him a message and be like, why would Call of Duty need 309 gigabytes? It must just be all the
It'd be all the card packs for the new
Yeah.
shiny guns,
That's
man.
the
They're
thing, like-
sneaking them in. You've just shot a man in the head. Boom. And then you get a little surprise mechanic.
you get an egg lad card.
Yeah.
the
Me
egg,
lad.
the egg gun. The egg just floats in front of you while you're trying to play the game.
But this is what annoys me about it, right? I mean, it's not the best visually Call of Duty
Yeah.
never has been. But what's annoying at the minute, and I don't know whether other people are having the same problem as me, I've got a fucking like high spec gaming PC, and sometimes it doesn't render correctly, so everything looks like plasticine, like all the scenery and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's like the shaders take ages to like load up. And it's like you can't go in this game because you're on like 98% shader optimization. I'm like, mate, I can load FIFA up, which is better graphically and it works instantly. So
Yeah.
I
what's the
do miss
problem?
games that you just put on and you don't have to fuck about with VSync and
Yeah.
shaders and ray trace. And I just want to play the game and I want it to function like
so-
as a
do
game.
you not want screen tear? No, I fucking don't. And I've paid money for it, so I shouldn't fucking get it.
But then I'm also like, I don't even know what screen tear is. Shut up about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what it is.
Just
I don't know what VSync is. I don't fucking know. I just turn it
I
off.
do, but I notice things that the normal people don't.
I do
my problem.
technically know what it is, but I can't like call back to a time I ever was upset by the screen tear. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I feel like the games should be sorting out these problems for us. There's so many menus in games now, like to get in. Like even Elden Ring, like every time I load it up, because I stopped paying for Xbox Live after, because I was like, you guys suck. Like, you know, you've laid off all those people, so like I'll just stop. I'm not even using it. And now whenever I open Elden Ring, I gotta press the thing, and it's like, calibrating, logging in, and then it's like, then it brings up the Microsoft menu for me to buy Xbox Live, being like, pick out the plans that are right for you, and I'm like, no, B, and then it's like, then I get to the Elden Ring menu, and it's like, I know I'm not allowed to use the online features, so like, why do you keep showing me every time I load it up?
Nor have I tried to, so just leave us alone.
Like, you know, yeah, like, unfortunately, because I would like to see the messages and be able to summon co-op people. Like, I did like that, but yeah, I'm not gonna.
You're doing fine without it, aren't you?
I'm not gonna pay for it.
No.
Yeah. You buy Elden Ring for the co-op experience. You buy it because you want to slay some B lads with a big fuck off sword.
But it is fun to like join in if you know how to beat a boss to go and help guys and be like, I am a god. I have appeared just to help you.
Well, don't even get started on like paying how much you have to pay for a game subscription service. I know like people go like, oh, $12.99 like for the ultimate. That's out.
No.
Well, it is though.
Friggin' adds up as well when you think about it.
It used to be $6.99.
Yes.
Yeah. Back in the day on the Xbox 360, mine was $6.99. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you used to get like little free ones when you bought a game. You'd get like 48 hours or like a week, so you could play like Halo or whatever. Try it out.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, stop making your games giant, idiots, and
there's no need for it.
And cut out like half the menus, because like I don't care.
Stop giving your games enlarged liver enzymes.
It's all the enlarged like people, like all the polygons on Captain Price's mustache. It's just gone over the edge. They can't stop it now. He's become like self-aware, eating all the gigs.
I love the art of games is beautiful, and I respect anybody that does it and all the minutiae and all that sort of stuff. But you don't have to like spend gigs rendering someone's tash hair or like someone's hair to float a certain way.
Yeah. We don't mind if it occasionally goes through the backpack or whatever. It's fine.
I don't give a fuck. Like I'm happy going back to play Tomb Raider where Lara Croft's tits were like 4 polygons. That doesn't bother me at all. Like I'm there because the game's cool and I want to jump into the tiger, or I want to lock the waiter back in the butler in the fridge like you always used to do.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want. Give me compelling content. I don't give a fuck about polygons.
Now that I'm thinking about it, stuff clips through itself constantly in Elden Ring because you can put loads of stupid armor and stupid giant weapons on, and they just don't care. Like the sword just clips through your shoulder while you carry it, and or like the side of your helmet, and they just don't care. And it turns out
stabbing yourself in the neck.
Turns out people don't really care.
Don't. People claim they care because they want to seem like that they care and they know what they're talking about, but really they don't.
But yeah, only when it's pointed out to them, or they're like, Aloy's face doesn't look like a supermodel. I'm angry now.
Well, you don't. The person complaining about you don't either.
You've never seen a woman.
I remember the whole thing with Horizon, with Aloy, where people complain that she had like hair on her face, like
like she had peach fuzz. It's like, have you ever
people have?
Yeah, have you ever looked at another person close enough? Like, yes.
Did you watch Jim Sterling's, Stephanie Sterling's new
Yeah.
video about woke chins?
Oh, I saw, because that was Tomb Raider related, wasn't it?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You need to watch it. It's unreal. The just people need to get a grip about what game characters look like, particularly female ones. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's why I keep on,
Unbelievable.
because we've been saying this for a few months now. Whenever we do the news, like, it's fake. The outrage is fake. Like, they don't
Yeah.
actually care. They're not going to buy Tomb Raider. They're not going to buy Horizon. Like, the people who
Yeah.
are actually buying and enjoying those games are just sitting down being like, oh, this is really cool. I really like
Yeah.
this. The people who are angry and shouty online aren't even engaging with this content in any meaningful way. It's a weird fake feedback loop.
Yes.
And we're above it.
Damn right. Damn right. We
okay.
just don't want games that are 306 gig long.
No,
No.
shrink them, compress them, send
Yeah.
them to. We can't, like, our internet service providers are gonna start sending us weird messages, being like, "What are you doing?" Like, this is.
What have you downloaded this time?
You took out the whole.
Porky's in 4K.
You took out the whole of the eastern seaboard. The grid's down. This next one's fun. So Dragon Ball Z Sparking is like a new fighting game coming out. It's got like 1,000 Gokus in it. I know you guys aren't massive Dragon Ball fans, but what I did think was interesting is apparently they're going to have unbalanced fighters in this game, which is meaning like
Deliberately unbalanced.
yes, as in like
Okay.
as in a human character will be proportionally like weaker than like the super people and stuff like that.
Right, okay.
Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a sort of like point system where it's like, okay, you can have your Goku, but that means I get like 3 Earthlings to try and like balance this team out, sort of thing. But no, like it's in like a fun way where it's like, the human guy who has no powers, who's like a fake, celebrity. He has like a little helper who does his like super moves, but he just runs around and he can't fly like everyone else. So they're kind of making stuff like lore accurate, but like in a fun way, because like people, I don't think anyone wants to play as like the weird wiener characters like online, if they were being serious about it, but for a bit of fun, hell yeah.
I like that idea. It's a nice way to make because you look at fighting games and you've got humans against, say Tekken 2, you've got humans against like a man who's half leopard, half man. He's obviously going to rip your fucking face off. And then the devil with lasers and all that. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't theoretically be able to beat those people, but to have like that unbalanced address, but also have that kind of...
Yeah.
You're able to rebalance in another way. That is quite a cool idea, actually. That's quite fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to have 1 million Gokus in the game, but some of them are more powerful than others. It looks fun though. I'm gonna try and see if I can get Lee together to play it with me, because that's fun. Okay, this next one was a weird it was a weird exercise in not fake news, but bad sourcing from news sites. It got reported at some point in June that Game were gonna stop selling physical games. And then a few hours later, Game were like, we didn't say that. and then everyone updated the news stories, but left the headlines that said Game was going to stop. So people was sharing this thing. And then when you clicked on it, it was like, update, Game have said this isn't true. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, why is information so messed up that there's just this people saying stuff and they haven't actually clicked on it and it's left in the headline, so the thing they're linking to like perpetuates the fake like the fake
engagement
news.
Farming, man, isn't it? It's engagement and
guess
impressions and all that sort of stuff.
I don't think it's done on purpose a lot of the time. I think it's because people are actually that fucking thick.
Yeah.
They just spout it out and then people go like, oh, I've got to believe that then because it's about Game, because they've got bad press anyway.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it works, because obviously we've got the Nerdy Up North Facebook, so when this got shared in there, everyone was like, wow, well, typical writing's been on the wall for years. and that was probably like them making a comment, then scrolled away and never actually saw that it wasn't true. Yeah, like I don't know, what do you think of game these days? Because they're very weird, and like I used to work for them, and I know how gross the company was in 2010. I can only imagine they've slid down worse, and all of their shops have gone into sports shops.
Yeah.
What is Sports Direct? Yeah, they're run by Sports Direct
Fraser Group
now, so I wouldn't shop it. My issue with Game was they were always just a bit expensive.
Oh yeah,
and I used to go to Granger Games and get my games from there.
Hell yeah.
Because Game was so expensive, and then they stopped. The good thing about Game, I will give them credit where credit's due. They're used, like pre-owned stuff. You used to get some pretty decent bits and bobs in there.
Well, they've got rid of all that. For decent
prices as well. But they've got rid of that, which is the best thing in there. The new releases weren't, they were expensive.
They were like 15 quid more half the time.
Exactly. And then they started selling like all that paraphernalia, like the Funkos and the
Lego.
The tat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a game shop. Like, I get you need to diversify to try and survive and stuff like that, but you've left so far, you've gone so far from what your core vibe is.
Yeah.
That I don't know actually what the fuck you do anymore. Whereas HMV did the same thing, so they've definitely got like more random shit in there, but most of the shop is vinyls.
Yeah.
And
CDs
music,
and
CDs and DVDs.
Yeah.
Whereas I get at the front of your shop, you've got, the funky stuff and some of the books and all that.
Plushies.
But their core stuff, is still what I would associate with HMV, which is music and DVDs. And Jake, you've known me a long time. You know how much money I've spent at HMV.
The physical media queen.
I've got a lot of DVDs and I've now got a lot of records. But like Game, you're not. What are you selling?
Yeah, like who are you serving at this point?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, and it just shows like that everyone was 100%, like thousands of people were just ready to believe this. It just shows how many weird business decisions they've done in the past, where like, of course they'll just stop selling games. The thing their entire name is it's just capital Game.
All caps.
And I sort of I understand like the physical media of games is starting.
Yeah, people are downloading on Steam all the time.
Yes.
Like no one this is the only physical Xbox 360, Xbox Series X game I own, because everything else was just a download. And like that's weird to have an entire console and I've only got one disc.
I would blame that a bit on Game Pass though, because it's made it so easy to just access them online.
Yeah,
and so people just don't bother their arse anymore because I've got Game Pass and release it on there, and I don't need to buy it. I think I've got a fair few physical PS5 games. I've got loads of physical PS4 games.
You're fighting the good fight still.
I've got a box of PS2 games right down there. But like even now though, I don't buy as much as I do.
Yeah.
And as well, like PC, you used to get discs, but you don't get discs anymore because half the PCs now don't even have disc drives.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Which is insane. Like 10 years ago.
It's the only place I can put CDs in this house.
I've got an external CD burner / reader, so
yeah. Mine makes a cute little noise every few minutes. It's like meow meow. I don't know if it's like checking for if there's a disc in there, but
wanted to be fed.
It sounds like a little robot. No, it's my friend. I swear.
So what was the story in then? So Game On are going to still sell physical games?
Yep. No change in business.
So what was the point?
But I'll tell you what they have done. They've they're going to cut the rewards program off at the end of July. Mm-hmm. So spend your points if you got them. I think we already talked about this on something. Spend them if you got them. If you got any trade-in credit or whatever from years past. Oh, actually, you mentioned Granger Games, which then became Geek Asylum, and then they folded. Apparently that guy's not so great on the business side of things. They stole £5 credit off me. I had a receipt for £5 from a trade-in, and they just closed. They closed down all the shops.
How rude!
I will have my revenge.
I think I've got a few games in there
with
in
the
Xbox 360
on.
games with the orange stickers on.
Oh yeah.
Still, I think. I love that shop.
So,
But that's a shame. Like, I think it will come to a point where they will just.
Well,
Like, why would you put a game shop in a sports shop? People who play sports a lot and people who play games a lot tend not to be usually
it feels
the same
weird
kind of people.
because I've been in because they sell Pokemon cards, so like I've been in on occasion
Right.
to buy some stuff, and it's like you've got to walk all the way into the back of the store, like past all the shoes and the swimsuits, and I'm like,
all the Reeboks and that.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here?
Oh,
I understood because
the
the game,
Nikes.
a game used to be inside Phoenix.
Yeah, that was fun
And
though
that
because
made
that was
sense
in
because
the
the
toy
game
area.
section.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's where you would expect it. But I don't, when I'm going to Sports Direct and I'm going to buy a badminton racket, I'm not going to go at the back and go, I wonder what Pokemon cards they've got back there today. Like, do you know what I mean? I wonder if they've got,
No,
I don't know, Driver 3 on sale somewhere.
Yeah. No, you're carrying your giant mug on your back, like.
Yeah. I mean, massive set of Pringles socks that are about £5.
Yep, but
oh,
I don't know. That's probably some underground business deal we don't want to know too much about, to be fair. But
here's what I think's going to happen with
Mm-hmm.
it. They're going to say, "Oh no, we're still going to sell physical games." Guarantee, just before Christmas, they'll say they're not selling physical games anymore.
Yeah,
It'll come eventually. I think I agree with that.
we'll have one last big Christmas. But then, like, where the hell are we going to buy consoles? Like supermarkets, like. You know what I mean? It's fucked up.
I think I bought my bloody Argos. I ended up getting mine from.
I got this Series X from Games website because that was the time when they were all out of sale, and I just had to like hop on any one I could get, you know, like any deal anywhere. But I guess Argos might be there for us. It's in Sainsbury's now. It's lost all their stores as well.
Yeah, they haven't got physical shops anymore.
It's all franchised shite.
It's weird. I don't like it.
I sound like old people now. Bring back shops with physical items in them. Like, I want to go and buy it myself.
My discs.
I need to
look at my CD-ROMs on my cathode ray tube television.
The secret text.
But the thing is,
my
like,
Encarta discs.
We're at that age. Like, I'm coming up 37 now. Like, everything I knew was gone.
Yeah,
like,
I'm starting to feel that.
It's like, I feel like old man shouts at cloud, just like with games and technology and stuff. I mean, fair enough. I learn how to use new technology very quickly because that's just how my brain works. But I feel for the people that don't have that.
Yeah.
You know who's always there for us? Mario.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a constant through my life.
Yes. Okay. Actually, that's a little segue. They announced there was a little Nintendo Direct where they showed some footage of Metroid Prime 4, which has been in development for a long time. That looked cool, and people were like, "Is this running on a Switch too?" And everyone was like, but then they also showed this new Zelda game where you actually get to play as Zelda,
What?
which has not happened since the Philips CDI Wand of Gamelon game.
I actually had that game because my gran had a Philips CDI at hers because the guy who lived next door. He used to be in the army, and he had this, and he was like, "Well,
with standard issue, I believe."
Yeah, I don't use it. So he was like, "You didn't just have it for the kids." So me and my brother would sit and play on this Philips CDI, and I played that game.
Watch all the horrible cutscenes. But yeah, so this game, it does look a bit like a girly game, as in, there's like the combat is like, oh, you fight the enemies by solving puzzles and like summoning items.
I
like,
thought you know, say hair pulling and stuff.
No, they didn't.
Flicking fake nails in their eyes.
They didn't give her a sword, but to be fair, it looks like cozy and it's like chibi characters and stuff.
Is it uwu? Is it a bit uwu?
I don't think so, because I think that's like a sex thing.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
It verges into a fetish roleplay, I think, when you start uwooing.
See, hey, there, Laura. I think you've just showed our age by us not understanding what the meaning of the word was.
So we sound like Hank Hill now.
What's this goddamn uwu? I don't know what. I don't know. Like the whole anime stuff is way over my head, and I've seen
alright.
all I do is I see Uwu put somewhere, and I'm like, oh, Uwu.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
amusing. Yeah.
But yeah, also Zelda was summoning a lot of tables in that in the trailer, so her job is
Any
tables.
ladders or chairs?
Yes, actually, ladders and chairs. Oh my!
So it's just summoning a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Is that?
Yes,
what you're
I
trying to
think people drew that immediately, like her with the
Okay.
steel chair. You know, like.
Yeah, that's just like.
But yeah, so everyone got to make I think you should leave jokes by being like, her job is tables. Like, I'm not going to answer any more questions. Oh, so this is a bad news, I guess.
Ooh.
Dr. Disrespect got exposed for being a predator. I don't even think we have to say it's alleged because he flat out admitted it, that he was chatting up a minor in the DMs.
Yeah.
And this guy, he got fired from being like a Twitch partner 4 years ago, and they didn't say
Yeah.
I
nothing.
think it was.
And he didn't say anything. Twitch didn't say anything, so I don't know if this was like legal non-disclosure.
There would have been an NDA or something as part of the agreement, I reckon, like just like part ways and stuff, probably.
Yeah, and it is 4 years, which I think is typical for those kind of deals to run the course, unless it's like a super injunction or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they're a thing, like not in UK though, super injunction.
It might
be very specifically UK courts.
We're not rich enough to even have to worry about that kind of thing.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is awful. Like, so he's this like streamer who like rose to prominence. I mean, his name is Dr. Disrespect, so if people probably should have looked into him a bit better before doing all these brand deals with him and just handing him like the keys to the city, basically, because he had like local sports team deals. He was the Subway spokesperson, which they're 0 for 2 on.
Oh God, yes, that was that other guy, wasn't there, before that?
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell, yeah.
So he's just been fired from that today. Like, everyone's dropping him. He was part of a game studio that dropped it. He's been deleted out of video games he was in because he was like a skin in Call of Duty, I think.
Yeah,
Or,
he was dying.
and like anything in like Fortnite and stuff, it's all like people are like slowly deleting it, and it's that must be an interesting job where you're like, you gotta go delete the Dr. Disrespect skin from the game files forever. Like,
yeah.
You're like, but there's 1 million people using it worldwide. Just delete. No.
What happens if does it just turn like a skeleton man? If someone just deletes the skin as you're in the middle of playing as him, does it just become like a skeleton man?
Oh, it
Or
really
like a
should.
T-pose for dominance kind of blog or something like that.
I think they should. It'd be like Dr. Disrespect Bones, and it's just like.
But no, what I think would happen is, like, I know FIFA do this a lot. If like a player dies or something,
Yeah.
there'll be a message at the beginning screen, like saying everything to do with this player is being removed for like respect purposes.
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
So for him, it might be like he is being removed from the game because he's a wrong.
Aye.
So
Aye.
Oh, for disrespect purposes.
Yes, for disrespect purposes, yeah.
Yeah, this is the same guy who got in trouble for filming in bathrooms at like conventions and stuff. Like,
What?
as in, like,
I don't know that much about him,
yeah,
so
as
I'm
in,
a bit like
I'm not saying he
naive with
was.
this.
I'm not saying he was perving, like, you know, with his camera. He was like filming content in the bathroom, and everyone was like, "You can't do that. This is like a, like, this is a private space." So like, yeah, it's just like there's so many streamers like this where it's like, just please don't attach your lives to them. Don't see them as role models. Like, don't give them money. Like, if their whole stick is being like, I'm gonna piss everybody off and get like huge brand deals, just leave them to it and let the companies make the mistakes. I don't see why kids should be watching, and I don't know.
It can be very parasocial, streaming, and there is a fine line between people like coming in and being regulars and having a nice time and having a big chat and getting on with them and stuff like that, to then that kind of becoming something that it isn't.
Yeah.
And especially when people are younger, they can feel attached to someone that they watch a lot.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find a connection or something like that. That's just kind of not there. But at the same time, the streamer shouldn't be there to exploit that.
Yeah, and I think it's an
Like-
ego thing as well. I think
Yeah.
obviously he's gotten that big from doing what he does. It's like, what can I get away with?
Yeah. And this is like a
Um,
married man as well, like married with
Yeah.
kids. He's like, he's
Yeah.
old. He's
Yeah.
not even young.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just-
like in his 40s, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
yeah. and
Or
he
late
dre-
30s.
he dresses up like an absolute idiot on purpose. Like he
I'm
has a
gonna
stupid
check.
outfit. So yeah, walking red flag of a man, but yeah, it doesn't mean that he gets to get away with it, and hopefully this is like the end of his sort of career and it'll just be a weird footnote. But yeah, no one
We'll
I
see.
respect has ever said anything nice about him, so he hasn't
Yeah.
Yeah, he's-
exactly sorry.
He's 42.
He should know better. But yeah, so hopefully the girl's all right, and is anonymous to the hordes that are of horrible boys that are online. But yeah, so all we can say is don't do what Donnie Disrespect does. Just fucking knock it
Yeah.
off, creeps.
Don't message people creepily.
Yeah, can there be some YouTubers who don't turn out to be messaging the fans? That would be great. Okay, I shall inject some levity into the situation. So remember when Nintendo was having that weird court battle where they were like,
Which one? Which one?
specifically the one where they were like, we are trademarking it's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh god, yeah.
So that no one could use that, because I think that it'd been said in like movies. Was like, did Stifler not say it at some
sake.
point?
I love Nintendo, but they're so unbearably litigious. It's unbelievable. Like, just give over. Like, I was watching a thing the other day, and they've started a class action lawsuit in America
Yeah.
against some lad who did some mods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Who did
Yeah,
modded
we
switches.
covered that. We covered that on one of our episodes.
oh
didn't we?
the nuked the modded switch scene into the ground. Which
Oh,
yeah,
this is another one they've just raised today to some guy
Oh,
who
was
runs
it?
this hardware mods or modded hardware, something it's called.
yes,
And he
okay.
sold these like little what are they called, MIG chips or something, which
Yes,
are
I
like
saw
emulators,
those,
but almost
like an R4 card, like what we used to buy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the video I was watching says that's that. So they've done a class action lawsuit against this guy, but then on Amazon you can buy like a R4 card that's been loaded with 501 DS games that you can just you can put in the back. Like, what's the difference?
And they used to
'Cause
sell,
Amazon's got more money than Nintendo. That's probably
Yeah.
why.
but they used to
Crazy.
sell those R4 cards at like that little guy at the mall, like in between the shops. There would just be like
Yeah.
random stalls, like the guy who sells phone cases
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, this one they were just trying to trademark it's on like Donkey Kong for some reason.
What's it
Maybe so they could use it as like movie posters and stuff, like when the Mario movie. I don't know. Like that just seems like a fun day at the office for the lawyers. Like, oh, should we just try and trademark something? Like, I'm
Yeah.
bored. Like, so anyway, what's been released since then? Because that was a while ago. Is they've released a list of all of the sort of in work, like, sorry, what would you say, like the prototype names for Donkey Kong?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
before it was decided on Donkey Kong,
Donkey
which we all
Kong.
thought was weird
Yeah.
as kids. Like this ain't
Yeah.
no, monkeys ain't donkeys, is the saying Futurama.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna read the list. I'll
yes.
leave the best one for last. But
Okay.
yeah, we got this entire thing. So Funny Kong was the first one. That's very family friendly. It's not great. It's no Funky
shit.
Kong, who is an actual character.
Yes.
Kong the Kong. No.
That's my favorite. I like that one.
Jack
Kong
Kong.
Kong the Kong.
Jack Kong.
That just sounds like he's out of Big Trouble in Little China 3.
Too
or
many
something.
K's
Yeah.
on that one. It's like you can't
Yeah.
get from K to K very nicely.
Jack Kong sounds like a large cop.
Bill Kong is the next one. The
That's too
bulldozer.
close to Bill Tongue.
Steel Kong, like the metal steel.
Ooh.
Giant Kong. Big Kong. Kong Down. Mr. Kong.
Oh, that's
Miss-
his father.
Aye, Mr. Kong is my father.
That's Mr. Kong to you, you little bastard.
Custom Kong, which doesn't make much sense. Kong Chase. because these are probably like video game titles also.
Yeah.
Kong Boy, Kong Man,
Oh,
Kong Fighter, Wild Kong, Rookie Kong, which I think is quite cute. They could have probably got away
Yeah.
with that one, to be fair.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Kong Holiday apparently was one of them.
Kong Holiday.
But the one that everybody glommed onto and was like, "This is hilarious," was Kong Dong.
Yes! Kong Dong.
Which would have been
Amazing.
absolutely hilarious if that
It
had
would have.
actually came out.
Mhm.
Because in Japan it probably doesn't seem that bad, but over here, obviously dong is funny, and it's like he's got a dong. But also it sounds like condom, and it's like it's just a whole minefield of stuff if they'd went with that one.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Oh,
Just sounds like a Kong Dong. Just sounds like a heavy penis. I think that's the imagery that I'd give. Someone
like-
said Kong Dong, it was like just a massive dick just going like that. No,
Yeah.
or
Like-
something.
that's already been an internet thing. Before Huck to a Girl, it was the Girth Master. Don't look that up with
No.
safe search up.
Just going on incognito mode, everyone.
Oh, the
Oh,
Kong
God.
Dong. Oh.
Kong Dong. That
Come on.
has to be that. They didn't trademark that, did they?
No, it was like
That has
alternate.
to become a thing.
It was alternative names that were like previously considered.
Yeah.
Kong Dong. Amazing.
Kong Man.
Kong Man, Kong Boy, and Kong Dong. That Kong Boy was made by Kong Man and his Kong Dong. That's how
Oh,
you would
yes.
say it.
Yes.
Funky,
Circle of life.
Funky Kong
Monkey
is their uncle.
Oh dear.
And then I think, what have I got here at the end? There's a couple more Elden Ring things. There was movie talks, but apparently I think it was just George R. Martin being like coy, like someone.
No, because he'll not finish it. Don't put him on it. He'll not finish it.
I think he was like, Elden Ring movie? I ain't never heard anything about that. Wink. And everyone was like, what the hell does that mean? And then the very famous Elden Ring player who's called Let Me Solo Her, who used to stand by the hardest boss. And if you got to summon him, he would beat the boss for you, and he had like no clothes on and 2 katanas and like a
Oh yes, I've heard of him.
he apparently jumped into the DLC with a new name of Let Me Solo Him and was helping people out with one of the bosses in the DLC. So that's a feel good story.
Oh,
But I think he was on the record being like, "This is a bit too hard, even for me."
wow.
So he's still in
That's
his
in something.
he's still in his anime training montage period. But God, yeah, that's the June news. So
That's a lot of news.
it is, and obviously we skipped over stuff and just talked about important / funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what the
Good-
hell,
good shit.
June? You bastard! That was crazy. Stop it. I'd like the news to slow down, but we're heading straight into a general election, so it's only going to get wilder. As everyone goes
Sometimes.
crazy on social media.
I'm staying off it tomorrow. Off it. For the next 2 days, I'm just going to put my head in the sand and
Yeah.
cry. I think.
I'm going to have me little vote, and I'm just not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to
Yeah.
see what happens.
I'm just going to keep watching the Iron Sheik hop to video until it all finishes.
So it all blows over.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going to watch camel clutches. But yeah,
That should be how an election should be decided via camel
Just a
clutch.
bunch of camel clutching recliners, Steiner recliners,
Yeah.
yeah.
and rings of satin on each other.
Mhm.
Just the
Yeah, I
best.
mean, Sloop, what was that arm wrestle movie called? With Stallone?
Oh, what was it called? It was shit. I can't remember what it was called. It was bad though.
Is it not called like... Is it not called
Over
something...
the Top?
Yeah, something like that. I was thinking
think it's
like...
Over the
or like
Top.
high horsepower or
Top.
something.
I'm gonna have to have a look now, but yeah, that was not a
That
good
should be
film.
how it's all decided, like feats of strength, like Festivus.
Yeah.
Right, bear with this. I need to find out. I need
No,
to
you
find
can
out
find
now.
it. I think you might be right with Over the Top.
Is it Over the Top? It was 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. How sad is that? It was Over the Top. He even wrote it. not
Passion
know
project,
that.
man. He's like,
God.
I'm really good at arm wrestling. I'm going to write an entire movie about an arm wrestling trucker.
Over the Top had Terry Funk in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I forgot about that. I just remember him being in Roadhouse.
We need a watch party for this.
Yeah. We need to find every movie that Terry Funk's been in, and then we'll do a watch party for all.
Shall
of
I
them.
have a look? I think he was only in 2, you know.
And
I'll have a quick check. No, I'll have a check. No, he wasn't. He was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was in 7. So he's in Paradise Alley with Sylvester Stallone. Maybe he's friends with him. Over the Top.
I want to see them hang
Time
out.
Stalkers, which has Rick Moranis in it.
I'm the Time
Oh no,
Stalker.
it's not. It's William Devine. Roadhouse. And then in the 90s, he did Mom, Can I Keep Her? And Active Stealth. And then his last film was in 2005, and it was a Johnny Knoxville sports comedy, The Ringer.
Oh no, he's in The Ringer.
He's in The Ringer.
You could get a really good like podcast series out of like the Funkiverse.
Yeah.
You totally could.
But yeah, you know, going back to Over the Top, because like we've just started a cartoon podcast, and I've just remembered that they parody that in Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
where they go to like a truck stop, and his dad like, you know, like squares up to like a big biker guy, and he ends up in like an arm wrestle tournament, and then Dexter builds him like a giant truck arm. So he can win the arm wrestle. Hell yeah.
Excellent.
But
I
yeah,
want to watch
God,
Over the Top now.
I know
Sorry.
we've bashed out another episode. So God, what is anyone got anything else they want to talk about? Is there any projects coming up? Any things? Me and Sloop are going to see wrestling on the 13th. North Wrestling at the Walker Dome.
In the bleacher seats.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So we'll try and rush the ring if we can.
We'll rip our t-shirts off to reveal an NWO t-shirt underneath.
Oh, hold on. Wolfpack or black and white NWO?
Oh, I've always been the black and white classic. Do you like are you NWO red?
I'm NWO red because Hogan wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So that's why. I know Kevin Nash was in it,
Yeah.
but you know, Sting was in.
Okay, we can get your
Wolfpack,
red.
so
You can get your red face paint to go along with it.
Tomato face Sting. I go for that.
But yeah, Adam, you working on anything? Anything coming up?
Not really. I mean, I'm still waiting for that guitar competition to finish.
Yes,
taking entries.
The Bogrun Digital competition where you might win a guitar. That'd be awesome if you did win.
I could win 2, to be honest.
Give them all the
they've
guitars.
They've extended the date. It was supposed to finish today.
I don't like extensions.
And they've extended it to the 7th. They've extended it to the 7th because people complained about it. No, we are so it was. If you missed out, you missed out. Like
yeah. They can't just extend deadlines forever until everyone's.
So it finishes on the 7th now, but I don't know when they'll announce the winner. It might be like a couple of days later or whatever.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So I'm still waiting on that. Thank you. I've had a lot of views on the video and a lot of comments.
Nice.
All really positive stuff. So
that bodes well.
And the company themselves have commented and liked and stuff. So I'm hoping. But
if you don't win, we'll all rant about it.
Yeah,
that'll make it right.
In the meantime, as well, I'm just recording more music for potentially wrestling stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to get Adam in on the wrestling theme tune writing. Want to get his name in lights. We all
Gonna be
want
the next Jim Johnson.
Yeah. Check out this
Or
riff.
do Bret Hart's class.
Class. Train at the beginning.
Yeah.
Great. But apart from that, I lead a very sheltered life now, so there's not much going on.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. But
your time will come.
Sometimes we drag him outside and scare him with things like sitting down in restaurants and stuff. Booga booga. It sucks though. I wish we didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, what's that?
Come to wrestling. It's family friendly.
Just walk into the backstage area and flex a bit.
I'm really tall. I'm actually a wrestler. Yeah, come along. It's only a walk out. I think it was 20 odd quid a ticket for the bleacher
Right.
seats.
Yeah, that's North Wrestling we're going to see.
And
is
it's
it
not
like
the 18 plus one, so
Yeah.
it's the one that's open for all ages. So if you could bring along.
Well, to be fair,
If your Ben's
I mean,
like 3-month-olds, bring them along.
well, I would probably have to be honest, because Hannah's going to be away in France to look after our grandparents because they live in the south of France. So,
Oh, so you're home alone, aren't you? So that's
yeah.
so cabin fever Adams coming to the group near you. I'll kill you all.
Well, I went. She was away for work, like a work conference Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I went crazy after Monday night. I was messaging you, Jake. Well, I was just I just sat and stared into space for ages. Just like, I don't know what to do. The thing is, we don't spend all of our time sitting together in the house. Like, I think people think like a good relationship's like where you are constantly next to each other.
Yeah.
Because we're both neurodivergent, we both need our alone time.
Yeah.
Even though we know we're in the same house. So if we know something went wrong, we'd be there in a flash. But the fact that I was just like, hello? Just like,
anyone there?
Just load up.
no.
I've told you, man. Just load up the Twitch stream and just be like, and just hang out there and say anything that comes in your brain.
Oh, don't, because that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I think people will be worried about me.
Maybe
16-hour stream, just like. Okay, when was the last time you eaten? I don't know. Does chocolate digestives count? No, it doesn't.
They do. Oh, Sloop, when's your final stream coming up as well? That's soon, isn't it?
End of the month.
What?
Last Sunday of the month.
Yeah, we'll all have to be there.
One. I am on tomorrow night if anyone wants to pop along.
Yes.
I'm Blasphemous.
Oh, that cool
again,
death metal Souls-like game.
I'm on this boss that's got like a giant baby that cries, and it's got like a snake head thing in it.
I hate giant baby bosses. Like,
Yeah.
it's never fun.
That's not the boss. It's like the snake thing's the boss, but then there's just a baby in the air going and doing all that. It looks a bit like Jimmy White, the snooker player.
Jimmy White.
but that's where I'm up to. I'm up to that boss because I got to it last week and I thought it's like 10 o'clock. I need to stop. Go to bed.
Yeah.
But I'll be on tomorrow night from 6:30 if anybody fancies popping over.
I think I may watch that. Like, that sounds fun.
I'm more only the first hour's me talking shit because people won't let us open the fucking game.
Yeah, Chris is saying your stream career lasted longer than the Tory government.
Yeah.
Yeah, you outlived them all. But yeah, we'll be the Nerdy Up North channel never sleeps. But that's because we share the load and it's not always me on the videos. But yeah, I'll be back on Saturday morning with our cartoon show. We're reviewing Gargoyles this week, the first 3 episodes of Gargoyles.
Have you done Dr. Zipbag's Transylvanian Pet Shop?
No, but I thought about that Dr. Zitbag
Yeah,
yesterday because I was at the field and I picked up a bag of poop and I was like, Dr. Shitbag's Transylvanian Pet Shop. So
nice.
It's in my brain all the time for some reason.
You pick up a lot of shit.
But yeah, like I've said to like everyone in the group, I haven't had no takers yet. But if anyone wants to bring a cartoon with them to sit and chat to me and Paul about, feel free.
I'd happily do it.
To be like, if you want to find the best episode of Dr. Zitbag and be like, let's check it out. Oh, he's never heard of it as well, so that would be a blind watching for Paul if he shows up.
Hold on, how old's Paul?
He's a little older than us.
57, I think. 40,
he was probably playing out on the streets, getting into tussles when we were watching Channel 3 after.
He was busy.
He was busy
bullying Darren, his brother. I witnessed it. It was fun. It was fun at the time.
We're a family here.
Dr. Zipbag's mint, man.
But yeah, so like I'll give the scoop. We've recorded the Gargoyles and we're gonna hit the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon afterwards and check out like the sort of fan made ending to that as well and mess
Yeah.
about and stuff.
Well,
so
Jake, I've got something to propose to you. I know you'll probably
What?
take it. Well, what do you want, man? No, I would like to come on at some point and do
Yes.
an Invader Zim episode.
okay, you got a deal. I think off the top of my head, Dark Harvest is a good one where he steals the organs of all the children in the school so that the school nurse doesn't find out he's an alien.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a top 10
Yep.
right there. But
And,
okay.
the Slab Rankle episode.
Yes. Well, yes.
Time for zombies!
Where he tries to return a video and hijinks ensue before he gets fined.
Yeah.
I believe that one's called FBI Warning of Doom.
Yes.
But yeah, like I say, we have fun at Nerdy Up North. Me and Aaron will be back with some Alan Wake in the gaming slot as well at some point.
Yep.
And probably some more Dragon's Dogma, the adventures of virtual Adam and Jake
Yep.
on their smelly adventures through the goblin
Stinky.
hordes.
Ugh, stinky.
But yeah, we're gonna say bye. This is a goodbye from me and all of us. We love everyone who watches us. But yeah, everyone just shout bye at the same time.
Bye.
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 Back to the
Bye.
intro.
Bye.
Bye.
Sloop, J.